job.
Okay. Well, I'm Stephen Drost. I'm president of C.U.P.E New Brunswick, and I'm sitting here at a bargaining table again without an employer. We're sitting here with the bargaining team, the centralized bargaining team, and we worked around the clock and have not been to bed yet. We have worked right through till this morning. And some of us are not very happy. I want to share with you that a small delegation of your centralized bargaining team met with the Premier and a couple of his delegates yesterday to try and find a solution and get you back to where you want to be. It took 7 hours, and we finally heard what the Premier had to offer our group, and we made it very, very clear that the two of us don't make decisions for this entire group, and we would be going back to where we've been working right through and present the offer that the Premier had given us to the centralized bargaining team. We worked through until 2:20 last night, and we made a counter proposal. I reached out to the representative for the Premier, and I said, I have very important information with you, and we are prepared to send our members back to work so that we can get this deal solved, but we need to hear from you. At approximately 3:55, I heard back from the representative for the Premier. I explained what our counter proposal was. This has got real quiet. Okay. Once I proposed that, a couple questions were asked, and I said this is exactly what we prepared to do, and that we would be prepared to not only recommend the counter offer we gave, but we would be prepared to work as hard as we could to get each and every one of you back to work today immediately. That was at 4:03 this morning. And then we have yet to hear back from the Premier, other than he's down here at the legislature saying we have a deal. Well, it's funny, they've never got back to us. So does that mean he's accepting the offer that we gave him? Because we don't know. They have never communicated with us again. So don't let those tricks confuse you. I want the public to know, and I want you to know, that we took this very seriously. We were going to bring our offer to you, but we would do our best to protect this province and be respectful, as we always have been, and we were going to ask you to return to your job until we could present the deal to you so you could ratify it. And that is totally unusual. So we have gone above and beyond every step of this way to protect the public and protect you. But once again, tricks are being played. Well, we're here right now. You want a deal? You come out right now and let's settle this. Let's get back to work. Thank you. Something else I'm really not happy with, and I could use other words, but I'm not going to, because I have more respect for you and for myself. But he's running around saying that when we left that building last night, that we had a deal that we were bringing back to you. That was never ever said by our delegation that met with him. I am not dishonest, I have never been, and for him to even insinuate that is not a way to resolve negotiations. What I exactly told him, and I've got 3 witnesses, is that we would take his proposal back to the centralized bargaining team, which has been part of the process every step of the way. And it's your 10 elected leaders that decide what is good for you and what they're prepared to bring back to you. The word that I gave him is that I'm not sure they're going to accept this, but we will take it back to the team, and we will let the centralized bargaining team decide. And they had a look at his offer, and they proposed a counter, which they have in writing at 4:03 this morning, and we're still waiting to hear back from the Premier. So again, I'm not sure what tricks he's playing, but he's playing with the lives of New Brunswick here. Each and every one of you could have been back to work this morning. You could have been in there getting the schools ready for Monday. You could have been in there getting the laundry straightened around in the hospitals. You could have been in there getting the environmental services to get things in order. We're in the middle of a pandemic. He continues to threaten with legislation. We want you to back to work, but we also want you to be treated fairly like you deserve. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over. The media may have some questions, but before I do, I also want to just share with you, and my apologies. I know I'm speaking fast because it's cold up here. But the reality is, in 2 days, we had 2,000 petitions signed that's against back to work legislation because there's no need of it. A lot, and I'm going to ask our communications rep, Simon Ouellette. Il est un francophone. He's going to go.
Here he comes.
Des déclarations sur la grève en français, quelque chose qui a manqué cruellement dans la journée. Mais nous, ici au CFP, on l'a toujours fait et on va continuer de le faire. Hier soir, on était en négociation, on a fait une contre-offre. Notre équipe de négociation centralisée a envoyé une petite délégation pour écouter ce que le premier ministre et son équipe avaient à dire. Ils ont fait une offre, comme en bon français on dirait, take it or leave it. Et sur cette offre-là, c'était pas très intéressant ce qui était là-dessus. Il y avait un peu de progrès, mais il y avait encore des choses complètement inacceptables pour les membres là-dedans. Nous, on a dit, on ramène cette offre-là à l'équipe de négociation centralisée pour faire une négociation transparente, ouverte, pour faire sûr que chaque élu que vous avez envoyé ici à Fredericton du SCFP ont la chance de voir ce qu'on a mis devant eux. Et c'est ce qu'ils ont fait. Et ils ont vu que là-dedans, il y avait des choses qui étaient inacceptables. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on a fait? On a fait une contre-offre. Et cette contre-offre-là a été envoyée au gouvernement à 2 heures du matin. À 4 heures du matin, on nous a affirmé qu'on avait bel et bien reçu la contre-offre de l'équipe de négociation centralisée. Et vous savez, dans cette contre-offre-là, on a dit, et on a été très clair, si on peut avoir une signature là-dessus, notre monde est capable de rentrer à l'ouvrage vendredi matin pour commencer à nettoyer les écoles, pour commencer à préparer nos hôpitaux, pour commencer à nettoyer le mess qu'on nous a laissé pendant tant d'années, pour commencer à régler la crise de recrutement-rétention qui affecte si cruellement notre province, en santé, en éducation, en correction, dans le travail social, et j'en passe. Cette contre-offre-là n'a jamais été répondue et on attend toujours ce matin une réponse. Espérons qu'on peut l'avoir, peut-être. Qu'on serait capable d'avoir une entente acceptable. Peut-être qu'on serait capable d'avoir un peu de respect pour les travailleuses et travailleurs de cette province. Et c'est là-dessus que je vais vous laisser.
So, what I have here in front of me is what the Premier had offered to our group. This is the deal that he had proposed to us. It was proposed to the small delegation on November 4th at 6:30 p.m. Term, it says without prejudice, term. 5-year, effective the first day following the expiry date of the current collective agreement for each of the 7 bargaining units.